Another first season episode was The Unknown People. Actually, it's 2 episodes edited down from Superman and the Mole Men. In it, Beverly Washburn has the small role of a little girl who is seemingly the only person in Silsbee, other than Superman, who's not afraid of the strange little creatures from the dark center of the earth. In fact, she thinks they're magic. Now, Beverly doesn't have any scenes with George in that episode, but I'd like to share this short clip from an episode of Dragnet, filmed about 2 years after Mole Men, I believe.
Excuse me, could you tell me something?
What's that?
I said, could you tell me something?
Well, what would you like to know, little girl?
Is this where you come to report about stolen things?
Well, now, that depends. You want to come in and tell us about it?
Thank you, I will.
You want to sit down, little girl?
I'm 10 years old. I'll stand if it's all right.
Sure. Now, do you want to tell us what's been stolen?
Everything.
Huh?
Everything's been stolen. We came back this morning and found it that way. Grandpa's awful mad.
Mm-hmm. Here, what's your name?
Ruth Ann Marie Jeanette.
Jeanette? Is that your last name?
No, Snyder. Ruth Ann Marie Jeanette Snyder.
Would you come down here alone, Ruth?
Yes, Grandpa sent me. He's awful mad.
Where do you live?
With Grandpa.
Where's that?
Over in College Avenue. Grandpa's leg's bothering him, so he told me to come down and tell you about it.
About what, miss?
Everything. We came back this morning on the train, and when we got home, we found everything was stolen. It's terrible.
What do you mean by everything?
Well, Grandpa and I got back to Los Angeles on the train this morning. We've been on a trip back to Indiana.
Uh-huh.
We took a taxi cab home from the station. When we got there, everything was gone. Everything but the rug in the living room.
What?
All the furniture, every single bit. The sofa, the chairs, my desk upstairs, the stove. Everything's been stolen. We want you to find it.
You mean someone broke in while you were gone, took all your furniture? Is that what you think?
We know they did. The window in the kitchen, it was broken. They took everything but the living room rug. That's why Grandpa's home now.
Huh?
He thinks the crooks will be back. He's sitting on the rug because he says if they take that, they'll have to take him, too.
How can you not love Ruth Ann Marie Jeanette Snyder? And how can you not love Beverly Washburn? Let's welcome her now. Beverly?
I'm still trying to figure out how Superman and the Mole Men was made 72 years ago, because I'm only 50. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here. I see so many familiar faces and a few new ones, and it's an honor to be here and to see so many people come from all over the country and support, and to thank so many people like Jim and Brad, and Lisa, and Jody, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but you all know who you are, because it takes a village to put this together, and I'm honored to be here. And speaking for some of us as we get older, we'll go into the next room and we can't remember what we went in there for, or we'll see somebody that we know and forget their name. But then there are some memories that are forever embedded in our heart. And I have to say that for me, working on Superman and the Mole Men is a memory that I will always cherish. And back in the 50s, they didn't call them auditions. You'd get a call from your agent, and they would say, we've got an interview for you. So I got the call, and my mother took the call from my agent, and she said, well, you're going to go read for a part with Superman. Well, I didn't know who George Reeves was, but I certainly knew who Superman was. Now, as Jim mentioned, George Reeves was not in the scene that I did. I was the little girl, as you saw, where the mole men come in through the window. And I recall one time a few years ago, I was at some event, and a man came up to me and he said, I know who you are. I grew up with you, and we're about the same age, and I remember that you did Superman and the Mole Men. And he said, I'm just curious. He said, did those little mole men scare you at all? I said, no, actually, I thought they were really cute. And he goes, really? Well, they scared the crap out of me. But anyway, as it turned out, I didn't know who George Reeves was, but he was on the set, and so I got to see him. And of course, he was wearing his Superman costume. And so for me, it was just such a thrill because I thought he was really Superman. I never claimed to be a bright child, but I thought he really was Superman. And then what happened, amazingly, a few months later, I got a part in a TV show. It was called Heart of Gold, and it starred George Reeves and Anita Louise and Edmund Gwynn and Tommy Reddick, who was the little boy and Lassie, who later was, it was John Provost later who played Timmy. But anyway, so Tommy Reddick and I played brother and sister, and George Reeves was our father. Now, I didn't recognize him because in this role, of course, he wasn't wearing a Superman costume, and he had a mustache and everything. Well, the crew liked to tease him, and, you know, so I overheard them like calling him Clark, and then they'd call him Superman. And in my young mind, I was, you know, just like 7 or 8 years old, and it was very confusing to me. And so I said to my mother, why are they calling him Superman? So she said, well, he really is Superman, but he's just play acting to be your father. It was so that helped me. But I feel so blessed and to have this memory, because as I said, it's a memory that I will forever have embedded in my heart and my memories. It's something I will never forget. And as I look back over my career, and at the time I was too young to appreciate that I worked with George Reeves, but now knowing that, it's a memory that I will forever keep in my heart. And I just want to thank all of you for being here and everything, putting this together. It's so wonderful to be here today and to honor George Reeves, and may his memory live on forever. And I am so grateful to have had that little small role and to work with him and play his daughter later. And I will never forget that. And I will never forget this day either. Thank you so much.